The Hells Angels, a notorious motorcycle club, have become the subject of fascination for many over the years. Known for their rugged lifestyle and rebellious nature, they have been associated with a set of rules that are believed to be mandatory for every member. Although these rules might vary from chapter to chapter, there are a few common ones that have gained attention. Here are the top 10 brutal rules that are often associated with the Hells Angels. 1. Loyalty above all. Members are expected to be fiercely loyal to the club and its members. Betrayal or snitching is considered the ultimate betrayal. 2. No cowardice. Fearlessness is greatly valued among the Hells Angels. They expect their members to face danger head-on, never backing down in the face of a fight. 3. Respect the patch. The club's logo, known as the patch, is sacred to the Hells Angels. It is a symbol of pride, and disrespecting it can lead to severe consequences. 4. No talking to law enforcement. Members are strictly prohibited from cooperating with law enforcement agencies. This rule is meant to maintain the club's code of secrecy and protect its members. 5. Brothers before others. Family and club brothers come first. Hells Angels prioritize the well-being of their fellow members over anyone else in their lives. 6. Drugs and alcohol. Drug addiction and excessive alcohol consumption are not tolerated by the club, as they believe in operating with a clear mind. 7. Stand your ground. A member should never be seen as weak or afraid. They are expected to stand their ground, even if it means facing physical altercations. 8. Follow the hierarchy. The Hells Angels operate in a hierarchical structure, with club leaders and regional officers making the decisions. Members must follow their orders without question. 9. No women allowed. The Hells Angels have traditionally been an all-male club, and women are not allowed to become full members. They can be affiliated with the club through their relationships with male members. 10. Show off the colors. Members are encouraged to proudly wear their club's colors and display their loyalty. This includes wearing Hells Angels patches, clothing, and riding motorcycles with the club's symbols. It's important to note that these rules are often associated with the Hells Angels, but the club itself is secretive, and specific details of their internal operations remain largely unknown to the general public. Watch the video and see how we dive and go deeply into each rule.
Hells Angels are known as one of the most notorious and feared motorcycle gangs in the world. With a long history of violence and criminal activity, they have become synonymous with danger and lawlessness. However, what many people may not know is that the Hells Angels also have a strict set of rules that all members must follow. These rules are not for the faint of heart and are enforced with brutal consequences. In this video, we will take a look at 10 of the most brutal Hells Angels rules that are mandatory for all members. Organized crime is a phenomenon that transcends borders and cultures. It's a universal, nefarious practice that's as diverse as it is common. Gangs exist all around the world, often violently at odds with one another over turf and money. They're so interesting that they're the subject of movies, music, and television shows, and pop culture does a good job of illustrating what gangs are willing to do to their rivals. From offing the competition in drive-by shootings to putting enemies' heads in vices until they talk, the details of what gang members do can be extremely shocking. 10. The symbol of the Hells Angels must be revered. The emblem of the Hells Angels isn't just a decorative badge. It's an emblematic representation of their shared history, strong fraternity, and powerful legacy. This emblem is akin to a badge of honor and demands utmost respect and veneration. Members are obliged to guard it fiercely against any form of desecration or misappropriation. Failing to do so is more than a simple violation. It's seen as a flagrant affront against the entire brotherhood. 9. Must have a running motorcycle. In the Hells Angels fraternity, having a functioning motorcycle isn't an optional accessory, it's an absolute necessity. It's not just about mobility, it goes beyond that. It forms an integral part of their identity, a symbol that proudly screams of their belonging to this distinctive club. A Hells Angels member devoid of a motorcycle is akin to a knight without his armor incomplete and somewhat disoriented. This requirement cements the club's intense love for the open road and the freedom it represents. Thus, in the world of the Hells Angels, no bike equates to no true membership. 8. No Hells Angels secrets to outsiders. In the world of the Hells Angels, discretion is the name of the game. Known for their staunch code of silence, Members are expected to safeguard the club's operations like a vault. Every bit of insider information, be it about a club activity, meeting, or a secretive ritual, is to be locked away in the labyrinth of their loyalty. Giving away this information to those outside the club isn't just frowned upon, it's tantamount to treachery. The resulting consequences of such an act can be severe and unflinchingly enforced. This rule underlines the club's unwavering demand for trust and solidarity amongst its members. 7. Loyalty is non-negotiable. Being a Hells Angel isn't a casual commitment. It's a way of life. A member's allegiance is pledged to the club first and foremost, above all else. This sense of loyalty forms the bedrock of the club, a steadfast pillar that holds the fraternity together. It is a bond that every member carries in their heart, one that can't be shaken or undermined. It's a non-negotiable, indispensable demand from each member. If this bond is broken, if there's a hint of betrayal or disloyalty, it is deemed as a serious offense. The consequences can range from being ousted from the club to something far worse, showcasing the severity with which this rule is regarded. 6. Members must attend mandatory meetings. There's no such thing as skipping a meeting in the world of the Hells Angels. These gatherings are seen as pivotal, serving as a hub where important decisions are made, plans are forged, and the brotherhood is fortified. When the club convenes, the presence of every member is obligatory. It's not merely a roll call. These meetings form the heartbeat of the fraternity, cementing unity and fostering a shared sense of direction. Disregard for this commitment, or missing a meeting without a legitimate explanation, can be construed as an act of rebellion or a slide against the collective. In the Hells Angels universe, being absent isn't merely about missing a meeting. It's about missing a piece of the brotherhood's soul. 5. Always stand up for a fellow member. In the Hells Angels fraternity, the ties that bind its members together are strong and steadfast. It's not merely about camaraderie, it goes deeper. Each member is obliged to be the other's keeper, shielding and standing up for them in challenging situations. This is more than a mere guideline. It's a sacred obligation, an unspoken vow of solidarity. Whether faced with adversities or personal struggles, each angel must rise to the occasion, lending support and defense where needed. To shirk this responsibility or fail in this duty isn't just seen as a lapse, it's viewed as a betrayal. And in the world of the Hells Angels, such betrayals aren't taken lightly. 4. Violence is expected if necessary. There's an underlying rule within the Hells Angels Brotherhood that doesn't necessarily bask in the daylight of public knowledge. Violence is not something they brazenly endorse, yet the members understand the necessity of it under certain circumstances. They live by an unwritten expectation that should the club or any of its members be threatened, they are to rise in defense, even if it means resorting to violence. It's not an invitation to aggression, but a call for protection. Choosing to stand aside in such critical moments can be seen as an act of cowardice, or even worse, perceived as an act of betrayal, neither of which are taken lightly within the club. The club's reputation as a fearless and formidable group, it seems, is not entirely unwarranted. 3. Members can't leave the club easily. Walking away from the Hells Angels isn't as simple as packing up and calling it quits. The departure process is complex and drawn out, reflecting the lifetime pledge made upon joining the club. Just like in the world of mafia and gangs, you can't just leave without repercussions or strings attached. This rule is a constant reminder of the lifelong commitment that every member is expected to honor. Severing ties completely with the club is an almost insurmountable task. Once an angel, always an angel. It reiterates that joining the Hells Angels isn't a temporary adventure, but a life-altering decision, not to be taken lightly. It's the motorcycle club equivalent of the old saying, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. 2. The rule of silence. Silence isn't just golden in the world of Hells Angels. It's mandatory. Far beyond preserving secrets, the rule of silence pertains to the general demeanor of an angel. They're expected to carry themselves with a quiet fortitude, not readily giving away their inner thoughts or emotions. This practice is designed to build an aura of mystery and inaccessibility, further enhancing the club's enigmatic and intimidating image. An angel's silence is his shield. 1. Strict hierarchy must be respected. The Hellsangels isn't a leaderless horde. It is a meticulously structured entity with a stern hierarchy. Each member knows their place, their duties, and most importantly, their rank in this well-organized pyramid. To disregard or defy the system is not just an act of rebellion, but a serious transgression that could ignite the club's wrath. This hierarchical structure isn't just for organization. It sets the stage for maintaining order, discipline, and respect within the club's ranks. It's a societal system that echoes through the corridors of this notorious brotherhood, binding each angel to his responsibility and role. Remember, in the Hellsangels universe, not respecting the hierarchy isn't merely a mistake. It's an act that can leave a lasting scar on the members standing. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.